Brother and sister veterans, we're here today with Eric Trump, and it's a great day.
I want to make sure everybody knows that Admiral Kubik was with us from the very beginning. He was back in '16 and is a real warrior. I was so glad some of the Navy senior flag officers were standing up. That Flynn.
Hey everybody, Brick Suit here. I am in a fabulous event for President Trump rally hosted by Turning Point Action. And I know we all love our veterans, but there's a group out there you really check out. It's Veterans for America First. They support all sorts of America First candidates, and they have a veteran focus that I'm sure you're going to like because we love our veterans. President Trump loves our veterans. Give them a look-see.
Hey, what's up, man? It's 4G out of Well. I want to give a shout out to Veterans of America, Veterans First. We need to put more respect on our veterans and not our illegal immigrants. Trump 2020.
Hey folks, it's John Rich here, Veterans for Trump, incredible organization. We love our vets. Without men and women willing to sacrifice and die if necessary for our country, we wouldn't have a country. We all know that. Much respect and much love. God bless you.
Perfect.
Hey, Congressman Mike Collins here. Listen, a big shout out to Veterans for America First, organization out there doing great things, backing candidates and helping our veterans, people who really need your help and deserve all the gratitude. Debt we could never repay them. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep up the hard work.
To all the veterans out there, especially Veterans for America First, we have got to deliver Trump victory. God bless, let's save this country.
Hi, it's House Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik, representative for New York's 21st Congressional District. Thank you to Veterans for America First for all your hard work. We know that President Trump strongly supports our veterans, and our veterans must turn out to vote for him. Thank you very much. Let's save America.
Hey, Georgia and Veterans for Donald J. Trump. You are the reason President Trump prioritizes the national security because we do not want to send our sons and daughters to fight another man's war anymore. You guys are the reason we are safe and secure in this country, and it's about time we put a commander-in-chief back in office to prioritize our veterans and our armed forces. Vote DJT.
Hey everybody, it's former Congressman Doug Collins, also Colonel, United States Air Force Reserve. For our America First veterans out there, thank you for the service, thank you for the work. We got a lot of work ahead. You keep doing what you're doing, we always got your back.
Hey, Congressman Jim Jordan here. Just want to say thank you for helping Veterans for America First and all the great work they're doing.
And thank you for helping me in my campaign. You were my first endorsement, so too was Chairman Jordan. Let's get out of it. Thank you.
Well, sorry about that. I was about to cough and I couldn't figure out what I was going to say. Good afternoon. This is Robert Cornicelli, President of Veterans for America First. With me today, we have a very special guest, Meshawn Maddock. She is running for chair of the Michigan State GOP. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's a beautiful day here in Michigan, high of 19.
Now, I know you were born in Nebraska.
That's true. I was born in Nebraska. But
I saw your podcast.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. I've lived in Michigan my entire life. My parents moved here because of Ford Motor Company.
And the radio station. No, TV
Yeah,
station. I listened.
You did. You paid attention.
So I have to say, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of what you've done and how you've stood up for President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, nobody could say there's another man alive like President Trump who wakes up every single day since 2016 to the beatdown. Like, I don't think anyone alive could handle that. But I do know this. It's probably in his heart that people like you were standing there behind him and supporting him. And those, you know, the many people like you gave him that strength, because I don't think you could do it alone. And the things that you've done and the pain you've been through because of Biden and Obama and Harris and these leftists, you want to say it's not fair, but it makes us all stronger. And I don't think you can get any stronger. So I'm a huge fan. Veterans for America First is a huge fan.
I appreciate your words. It's nice when you hear that people recognize that sacrifice. I feel like people like myself, yourself, and so many others of us who've been persecuted, who have been deplatformed, who've been silenced, imprisoned, indicted, all of it. We all represent hundreds of thousands of other people, other citizens who are quietly just trying to live their life and have the government not have so much overreach in their lives, and yet they sit there, they watch, they know that something's wrong, and it's people like us who are willing to, I like to say, put our hands in the blender over and over again, who are more outspoken, a little bit more vocal, if you will. We're the people that inspire all of those people to keep fighting. And nobody has been a better inspiration to all of us than Donald Trump. I don't think there is another man like him on earth, and I'm not sure there ever will be.
No. I hope JD Vance learns a lot and becomes a second coming of Trump, because we will need someone over the next 30, 40 years, groups of people who can be trained to fight back against this onslaught of the globalists, the degenerates who just want open society and just the ability to do whatever they want at the expense of people who just want to live faith-based, clean, conservative lives. But Michigan's tough.
Michigan's a nightmare. We have been brutalized here. We have the trifecta of terror: Dana Nessel, our Attorney General, who's weaponized our judicial system against citizens. Gretchen Whitmer and her fake plot of kidnapping, which was a great way to kick off her reign of terror here. The shutdowns that we endured, masking, forced vaccinations, you name it. Michigan has been we've been brutalized, and then again, just in the last 2 years with a Democrat majority in the House, they've turned Michigan into California. We have a ton to overcome, and I do believe that we have the voters to do it. We just proved with Donald Trump in Michigan that we have the votes to take back this state, which is why leadership is so important this time around, because we need to motivate those people who showed up this past November to show up again in November of 26. Otherwise, we're stuck here forever.
What that election's in April?
Well, we're going to have primary elections, and then we're going to have the general election in 26, which will be to elect our new governor, new attorney general, new secretary of state, and then also a U.S. Senate seat that we have open. So
Well, I'm
all
talking about
eyes.
the chair.
Yeah. Oh, the chair for Michigan Republican Party is February 22nd in Detroit at our
Coming
convention.
up.
Very soon.
You know what? Women play a huge part in the turnaround of this country and getting Trump elected. And listen, men have their faults. I mean, we put in people like Adam Schiff, and Newsom. I just don't see what the appeal is to women in Michigan or women in New York for a Whitmer or a Hochul. Like, if I was a woman and this woman was running to be my governor, I would say this is everything I'm not, everything I don't want my daughters to be or my granddaughters. I don't even know how she gets 30% of the women vote.
I think that they've revealed themselves a lot more. The whole woke agenda is now a lot more exposed than it was. It took radicalization in Michigan for us to really see it. So I think a lot of people were just not paying attention. The one good thing that we can say that came out of COVID is that it woke a ton of people up when all of a sudden their liberties and their rights were taken from them and they were being forced into things that didn't seem right. Average people who maybe just showed up to vote and didn't really pay attention very much, now all of a sudden were paying attention. And women in particular, mothers and grandmothers and aunts, for the first time seeing what was actually happening in their kids' schools. The only reason that happened is now their kids are at home and they're forced to look at what their kids are learning. And so I'm in some ways grateful for what happened, because I don't think we would have woke people up. And then another factor that came in is in this past cycle, President Trump surrounded himself this time with a lot of very important people who spoke to what was happening and opened the eyes to people. Look at even RFK Jr. Changing people's minds about vaccinations and the food that we eat. Who would have thought that would have played a part in Trump being reelected, but it did. And Elon Musk, love him or hate him, you cannot deny his incredible presence in this election with free speech and giving us a voice back on Twitter.
Yeah, God definitely played a part in this election to put those three together.
Hmm.
It,
Truly
to me,
amazing.
is a miracle. And RFK Jr., when he first started running, I was like, yeah, just there's no way I'd ever vote for him over Trump. But the things he's saying about our health, there's nobody who can deny it when he puts up a box of cereal and the ingredients in the United States are all these chemicals, and the ingredients in Canada or Europe are just basic, food ingredients. How can anyone argue with that?
No, it's
And
incredible.
how can, what's that?
It's incredible, and also the open minding of RFK Jr. about vaccinations. I have somebody very close to me who is a nurse and who is a conservative, but also completely believed in the power of vaccinations and how important it was, and even the COVID vaccinations. And it wasn't until her husband had her listen to the RFK podcast on how his mind was changed on the vaccinations, and it was like an epiphany. God totally used him to change people who you would never expect, who now are not forcing all of these vaccinations on their very tiny children. And I am personally forever grateful to him for that. I'm a huge fan of RFK just for the fact that I know a baby that was not vaccinated that I love very much.
You're right. And what I don't understand about the argument is he's not saying he's banning all vaccines, but why is the left so against actually looking into, do vaccines contribute to the rise in people being born on the spectrum, who've
Right.
ever disorders on the spectrum? Can we at least look? Or do we have to say the pharmaceutical companies have such a stranglehold on us, we're not looking into it at all? So the fact that he's opening up people's minds is great.
Yep, I agree.
But I
And
really want to get into, I'm sorry?
you mentioned J.D. Vance, the same thing. I think he's a powerful figure next to the president. I think it was an incredible choice. Once again, trust Trump and his judgment. Because I know a lot of people, when he was first picked, were just not really certain about it. And wow, has he turned people's heads. And he's an incredible orator. And what a powerful story he has.
Have you ever seen a vice presidential candidate who could sit on CNN and all those talk shows and just go back at them so respectfully that
Yes.
the moderator has nothing to say? They're expecting a nasty comment or them to go on a tangent, but
Right.
the question, he does it respectfully. Even when they're cutting him off, he sits there, he lets them cut him off, and he gets his point out. What a great choice. But I really want to get down to what it is you're going to bring to Michigan to to help bring out more Republicans to vote and convince moderate Democrats or independents, hey, this is the way to go. May not agree 100% of the time with Republicans, but this woke stuff in the schools, this DEI hiring, it's weakening our nation.
We did an incredible job here in Michigan. The Trump Force 47 team was phenomenal. The plan that they used in this campaign far surpassed 2020. And what I want to do is multiply those events. We turned out votes in places that Republicans have left behind. And I've been involved in politics in Michigan for nearly 20 years. I've ran in every role there possibly is within our party, from a precinct delegate to a congressional district chair to co-chair of the party. I've served as an elector. So I've had a really good view of the inside of how the party works. What we did differently this time was completely expand our coalitions into areas that we had never done before. And I was so proud that the Trump campaign, for the first time, really saw that as an advantage. We went into areas of Dearborn and Hamtramck that have never had Republicans show up, that have never had meetings with community and business leaders of the Muslim community, Pakistan community, Chaldean community, Albanian community, and the Indian community, as well as blacks in Detroit. And all of those pieces that we picked up and all of the influence that was picked up. I mean, President Trump actually brought 12 Muslim imams out onto the stage in Novi a month before the election. Nobody's ever done anything like that before. And these people haven't gone away. They're still very eager to stay involved. They're all very hopeful now that Trump won, that their circumstances and that their families are going to change and have less of the woke ideology and the oppression that the Democrats have given them. And so those people, keeping them in and now showing them real results that they're about to get under President Trump so that they can now go back into their communities and bring in more and more voters. That's the way we're going to win. We're going to duplicate those efforts.
Well, you're doing a great job, and we wish you the best of luck.
Mhm.
I know you're going to do a great job. I just pray that the Republicans in Michigan see that, and we have to get that message out that you are the clear choice to bring Republicans into the next decade in Michigan. We must solidify Michigan as a Republican voting state. We can't go through this
Amen.
4 years where we're up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning wondering what's going on with these 7 swing states. I think you have the ability, the character, and the drive to take Michigan out of the swing state position and put it in the pink position. And
I
we need
appreciate that. I have a ton of energy and I'm not tired of winning, and it's going to be game on for the next 2 years, and I'm ready to win everything back.
That's great. I have to say, once again, I'm a huge fan. Everyone on our board's a huge fan. Veterans for America First, as you know, we look to get people elected into positions where they can help veterans in need. That's our key goal. Law enforcement as well. And I know you're the type person who's going to find candidates that have veterans issues, law enforcement officers issues at the top of their platform. And that's why you have our complete endorsement for chair of the Michigan State GOP.
Well, I appreciate that so much. And thank you very much. Your prayers mean a lot, and all of your support.
Well, you deserve it. You earned it. Just like President Trump earned our support, you earned it.
Keep fighting.
Once again, why don't you give us all your information?
Sure.
Website.
My name is Meshawn, Meshawn Maddock. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter with that first and last name, or you can also go to Michigan Meshawn for Chair, and that's spelled out FOR, MeshawnForChair.com, if you want to learn more about the race or how you can help.
I followed you on Twitter.
Thank you so much. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
See you soon.
All right. Have a great day.